Okay, so in the morning session we discuss about the means how to do the line balancing by using the largest candidate rule. Okay, and means there first you need to means arrange all the thing in decreasing order. Okay, with respective task time, and after that you need to means you need to allocate from top to bottom as per the means consider the cycle time, as well as you need to consider the precedence relationship. If you consider all these things properly, then you can assign by largest candidate rule all the thing I discussed in previous lecture, right? So now I try to solve the same problem with Kilbridge-Webster method. Okay, so what is the process of the Kilbridge-Webster method? The Kilbridge-Webster method first say construct the precedence diagram. So those okay, how to construct the precedence diagram, that is the one point. And after that particular diagram you need to divide in column into the sum column. Okay, so how to construct that first we discuss here. Okay, this is the here element and the task as well as the precedence relationship is given, right? So just wait 1 minute class. Okay, okay, it's perfect. So I one more question I will solve in the next session. Okay, so I just try to give you some fundamentals and how to actually draw the precedence diagram, that I will discuss today, and in next session also we will discuss the more about that Kilbridge-Webster method. Okay, so first what you need to do, draw the precedence diagram. The first thing here, draw the precedence diagram. Okay, so what is the precedence diagram? First means you need to make a node. Like when I talk about the element 1, so this is the element 1. Okay, this is the element 1. This node indicate the work element. Okay, this particular node indicate the work element, and this is the 2. Just assume that this is the work element 2 class. Okay, and in this bottom node you need to write the task time, like here 0.2 and here 0.4. Okay, this is the start point. Why I taking the 1 and 2? Because these two are the independent. It is means there is no preceding relationship for element 1 and for element 2. Okay, so that's why I am taking 1 and 2 here. Okay, and these are the independent, so I can start at any point of time. I can start now without completing any other activity because there is no precedence relationship, right? Now the next point, when I talk about the activity 3, what activity 3, for activity 3 the means if I consider this is the work element 3, when I can start the work element 3, once I complete the work element 1, then only I can start the 3. That is the thing, like that ki I already discussed one case study, like bicycle assembly. Okay, in bicycle assembly first you need to install the handle, then only you can tighten the handle, right, in the frame. So it is like that, you install a handle, that is the activity 2, that is the activity 1 suppose. So activity 3, when you can start, once you install the handle, then you can start the activity 3, suppose that is the tightening the handle. Okay, so it is like that. So just what indicate here, this node indicate 1 is completed here. Now you can start your 3. So I just try to start here, means it indicate 1 is completed and this is the 3. Okay, and just write down the time with respective. This is 0.7 is the time. Okay, now when I talk about the element 4, when you can start the element 4, once you complete 1 and 2 both, then only you can start the element 4. So suppose assume that I completed here 1 and 2 both, and I can start now 4. And what is the time for 4? That is the 0.1. Okay, now the next point, when I talk about the element 5, class, am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Okay, when I talk about the element 5, Element 5, for element 5 2 must be complete. 2 must be complete, then only you can start the element 5. Okay, 2 here completed, I can start the 5. And for 5, what is the time? 0.3. Okay, now when I talk about the activity or element 6, work element 6, 3 must be complete, then only I can start the 6. Okay, so assume that 3 is completed here and I can start the 7. And for 7, what is the time? The task time is 0.32. When I talk about the this work element 8, when I talk about the work element 8, there is the what is the task time? 0.60. Okay, but what is the preceding relationship? 3 and 4 must be complete, then only you can start the 8. So here 3 and 4 is completed, and now I can start the 8. And for 8, what is the task time? Just wait. Okay, 0.60. Okay, now I am talking about the activity 9. For activity 9, 6, 7, 8. 6, 7, 8. All the things should be complete, then only. Okay, where is the 6? 6 is still not drawn. No? 6 is depend on the 3. Okay, I forgot to draw the 6. 7 is 3. Okay, okay. I'm sorry. Wait. Okay, this is the precedence diagram, and I forget to draw 6. So I try to draw here 6, and for 6, what is the time? 0.11. Okay. Now the next point. Okay, you completed 6, 7, 8 activity. Now when I talk about the activity, means the work element 9, or you can say the activity also, no issue. The work element 9, then 6, 7, 8 must be complete, then only you can start 9. So assume that here 6, 7, 8, all the things are completed. Now I can start the 9. Okay, now the next point, when I can start the 10, once 5 and 8 both are completed, then I can start the 10. Okay, this is 10. With respect to 9, what is the time? 0.27. And 5 means, okay, and for 10, 0.38. Okay, when I talk about the activity 11, for activity 11, 9 and 10 both should be complete, then only I can start the activity 11. So where 11 will become? .5. And the last activity, if I talk about the activity 12, activity 12, 11 must be complete, then you can start the 12, and 0.12 is the time, okay, for that activity. So 11 must be complete, I can start the 12, and the timing is 0.12. Okay, so class, is there any doubt how to draw the precedence diagram? Is there any doubt? Then please ask me. Is there any doubt? If you know how to draw the precedence diagram, then means approx 60 to 70% part is done related to Kilbridge and Wester method. Now you just need to divide this diagram, and that is your workstation. Is there any doubt how to draw this network diagram, preceding diagram, or you can say the precedence diagram? Yes. No doubt? Okay. So I consider there is no doubt you understood how to draw this network diagram, or you can say the precedence diagram, and you need to draw. Okay, the maximum question means I will take one question, university question. The maximum time university asks question on the basis of the Kilbridge-Wester method. Okay, So you need to know okay, how to draw the precedence diagram. If you know how to draw the precedence diagram, then easily you can solve this question easily. Okay, so now step 1 is completed. Step 1 is to construct the precedence diagram. So here you can say the nodes representing the work element of the means work element which is provided in this question. Okay, now when you draw the network diagram and when you draw this precedence diagram, please take care. You should draw like that ki it should be it should be look like in one line. Okay, like here you can see 1 and 2 in one line, 3 4 5 are aligned, 6 7 8 are in means proper alignment is there, 9 10 are means in one line, 11 12. So you can easily divide your this precedence diagram if you make the diagram like that. Okay, so that's why I take care when drawing. Okay, even I can write 7 here also, no issue, it will not impact. But when I need to divide this precedence into the small element, that time it will create problem. Okay, so that's why this proper procedure you need to apply. Now the step 2, to assign element. Okay, okay, the step 2, you need to divide all the precedence diagram into the column. Okay, so how we can divide? Just see, I just try to draw the column. Okay, column part. Okay, so just see here class, here how I can divide, just means here 1 and 2, how I divide these two things, just draw the vertical line. This is nothing but the column, you can say, draw the vertical line, that's it. Okay, now here I again draw the vertical line, draw the vertical line. Okay, is there any doubt how to means divide the entire precedence diagram into the small part by using the column section? This is actually known as a column section. So is there any doubt? Just means there is the one thing, when I talk means this is the 1 and 2, you can easily divide with 3 4 5 because there is the gap is available. Here also a vertical line you can draw, here also you can easily draw the vertical line, here. Okay, so is there any doubt now class?
No, sir.
Okay, now the next point, you just give the some nomenclature. This is the column 1, this is the column 2, this is the column 3, this is the column 4 5 and 6. Okay, so now how to means allocate the work element in particular workstation, that work we will start. Okay, just wait, I change the color so you can understand, just wait. Okay, so now what is the cycle time here? Cycle time is the 1 minute, right? So when I design a workstation, the workstation, the thought means you can say the workstation time should not exceed to the cycle time, means it is always less than the cycle time. The workstation time is always less than the cycle time. So many time it is like that, the TS is means if time related to station is always less than to TC. TC is the cycle time, so please keep in mind. Okay, now I start the draw the workstation. Okay, so what is the process to draw the workstation? First you need to consider the column 1 element. So can you tell me class the column 1 element, work element? Class, column 1 element?
1 2
1 2 1 2. Very good, very good. So what is the thing? First I will consider the column 1. Okay, so to assign the element to the workstation, start with the column 1. Okay, and continue the assignment procedure in order of column number until means you reach to the cycle time. Okay, near to the cycle time. So I assign 1 and 2 to workstation 1. I completed column 1. Okay, if I assign both the thing 1 and 2, then what will be the station time? 0.2 and 0.4. So still my time is the 0.6, the station time is 0.6. So that's why I need to check, okay, in next column can I add other element, like can I add 3? If I add 3, then it exceeds the cycle time limit, right? Are you getting my point, class? Are you getting my point?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so I cannot assign this means work element 3 here, okay, in this section. Okay, I cannot assign 3. Let's check for 4. Can I assign 4? Yes, I can assign, because 0.4, 0.2 plus 0.1 is equal to 0.6. So I can assign, it is not more than TC. TC is 1 minute, right? Now, okay, I assign the 4 also in the workstation 1. Check for the next. Can I assign 5? Okay, if I assign the 5, then what will be happen? 0.4, 0.2 is 0.6, 0.7 and 1. Now it is equal to the cycle time. It is equal to the cycle time. But suppose assume that instead of 0.3 here 0.2, 0.2, just assume that here 0.245. I assign that 0.2 and now my time is 0.9 and just assume that 0.1. Now my time is 0.8. So can I assign 6? No, you cannot assign until the complete the this column 2. Once you need to complete entire column, then only you can go for the next column. This is the rule, okay. So you cannot means without completing second you cannot go for the 3 column, okay. Column 3 you cannot do without completing the this column 2, right? So just wait, I erase this particular part. Okay, perfect. So what is the thing is here in workstation 1 I will consider this 3 thing, this 4 thing. This is workstation 1. Is there any doubt how to assign the workstation 1, class? Is there any doubt?
No, sir.
Okay, good. Now the next point, I means assign the workstation 1. Now I try to make workstation 2. How you can means do the workstation 2? First you need to complete this second. Okay, first is already completed. I need to complete this second column. Then only I can go for the column 3. Okay, so I need to consider this 3. Okay, so I consider this 3, okay, as a work element in the workstation 2. Now can I consider this one 6? Yes, I can consider. It is 0.11, so I can consider. Okay, so you need to go means like that. Okay, if 6 is not feasible, then go for the 7, then go for the 8. Okay, so can you if I add this 3 and 6 means what will be the means value of that station? 0.7 plus 0.11 is 0.81. And can I assign 7 also in that workstation, class? Just let me know. Can I assign 7 also in that particular station? 2? No. Why? Because I cannot assign. Why? Because it will exceed my cycle time limit. So I will consider 3 and 2 as a one workstation. Okay. I cannot assign also 0.60 because you know that if I assign 0.60, then it exceeds the cycle time limit. So this is the workstation 2, class. Okay, now the next point, first I need to complete the column 3 because 1 and 2 is already completed. I need to means for making the workstation 3 I need to complete the column 3, then only I can go for column 4. Okay, so column 3 first I consider 0.32 and if I consider the 0.60, both I considered here. Okay, can I consider 0.27? I cannot consider because 0.60, 0.3 is I think 0.92, and if I add this one, then it will exceed the cycle time limit. Okay, so I cannot consider these two things. Okay, so this is my workstation 3, this one. Is there any doubt how to assign work, means how to assign the workstation? Is there any doubt, class?
No, sir.
Okay, so just let me know, means in station 4, in workstation 4, what element I need to consider?
Nine, 10.
9, 10. Okay, 9, 10 if I add, then it will be, I think, 0.38, 0.27 is how much it will be? 38. Can you do the calculation? 0.65, right? Okay, okay, 0.65, and if I consider this 11 wala part, then it will exceed the cycle time limit. So this is very good, very good. So this one is the station number 4. Okay, now the next point, for 11, okay, I need to complete the, means 4 is already completed, 4 column. I will go for the column 5. In column 5 there is the one element, that is the 0.5. okay, I consider, and the column is completed. Now I go for the next. Okay, I add these two things, it will not exceed the cycle time limit. So this is the workstation 5. Okay, so now you allocated the work element into the workstation. Okay, so now what is your means how your production will be work? Let's see. We will do the one proper manner in next session, but I just try to give you the some basics. Okay, we will write each step, just wait. So if I talk about the station 1, workstation 1, in workstation 1, the work element is 1, 4, 2 and 3. These are the work element, right, class? And what is the cycle time, means what is the workstation time here? 0.2 and 1, so 1 minute. Okay. Why 1 minute? Some, I think, technical issue in my writing pad. Okay, assume that this is the one. This is the 1 minute, class. Okay, now workstation 2. In workstation 2, 3 and 4, right? 3 and 4 will be there. And what is the workstation time? 0.7 and 0.81. Okay, 0.81 minute. Then I will go for the workstation 3. In workstation 3, 7 and 8 both are the thing. And what is the time here? 0.60 and 0.92. Then 4, workstation 4, their cycle time is 0.27 and 0.38, 0.65, right? And their 9 and 10 will be there, and 0.65 minute. And the last one is the 5th, and their 11 and 12 will be done. And what is the time is 0.5, 0.62. 11 and 12, and here output will become. So in every 1 minute you will be get the output, and that is your objective. Okay, first you need to do the balance, then you will get the output. Okay, so just tell me, class, what is the total workstation time? What is the total workstation time? Can you quickly calculate total workstation time? Means just add all the workstation time, 1 plus 0.81 plus 0.92 plus 0.65 plus 0.62. What will be the value? Can you quickly tell me?
4.
4. Okay, very good, very good. So now what is the efficiency of this line balancing is nothing but what is the total workstation time. You can say the workstation time TW as generally they written, and the cycle time is TC, and total station time also you can write, no issue. Okay, total workstation time. Okay, just write here 4 divided by, this is actually n, because here total time we provided 5. Okay, this is n. Okay, don't get this. So here what you will be get 0.8 means 80%. This particular means this particular balancing is the 80% efficient. Okay, 80% efficient. Now just compare the two things. Same problem I solved by largest candidate in our previous lecture. Now I solved with the Kilbridge-Webster method. Okay, so now see here what is the efficiency class in this numerical, means when we we did this in the previous lecture, right? And there also efficiency by the largest candidate rule is also 80%, and the Kilbridge-Webster method the efficiency is also 80%. So can you comment which one is the best? Which one is the best? The largest candidate and the Kilbridge-Webster class. Class, are you getting my point? Okay, so on what basis we can say the means which method is the best? Okay, so that's why there is the one means we already calculated that thing, the smoothness index, means it will show you which one is the best in that condition. Okay, and how you can calculate the smoothness index, that I discussed in the morning session, right? How we can calculate, class? How you can calculate? Just there is the one method to calculate the to calculate the smoothness index. Just wait. Smoothness index, how you can calculate the smoothness index, SI. Okay, there is the simple thing, means you can easily calculate, like there is the one formula that is show the variance. Okay, variation, how much variation is there. So you can write like that. Okay, under root suppose there n number of the workstation. Okay, 1 to n. Then what is the T station time and T maximum time, that is the cycle time, you can say. Okay, I just write here cycle only. TC, early morning we calculated, right? And TSI, workstation time square. Okay, so if I solve by this particular problem, what is the smoothness index? Okay, I quickly try to do, and that already I calculated here. Okay, that is the 0.38. That is the 0.38. Okay, so means what is the thing is actually, means you will be find like that 1 minus 1 square plus 1 is the cycle time, right? 1 minus 0.81, second one, 0.81 square plus 1 minus 0.92 square plus 1 minus 0.65 square plus 1 minus 0.62 square. So that is nothing but 0.38. 0.38. So here if I apply the Kilbridge-Webster method, then smoothness index SI is 0.38. Okay, what is the SI of the largest candidate rule? Okay, I just check here, wait, and this SI is 0.59. So now can you tell me, class, which one is the best, largest candidate or Kilbridge-Webster method? Are you getting my point? Again, the thing is कि here Kilbridge-Wester is better. Why better? Because their smoothness index is less compared to the early morning. I already explained, but I know कि many students are means not active in the class. Okay, no issue. The means if I consider the smoothness index, it shows the variation between the workstation, variation of time. If variation is more than means you provide the more work to workstation 1 and you provide less work to the workstation 2. That is not means good thing, right? So that's why you can say that process is not good if smoothness index is high. 0.59, that is high compared to the 0.38. In that method I can say कि yes, I will use the Kilbridge-Wester method because their smoothness index is 0.38, and even you can see the variation between this work. Here 1 minute 0.81, 0.92, 0.65, 0.62. This type of the variation. Once I consider the largest candidate, see there 0.59, 0.62. Means here work is very less compared to the this one 3 and 2. The variation in between the workstation time, it is basically show the smoothness index. If variation is high, then smoothness index will be high. Okay, so if smoothness index high means your system is not so efficient because you are not providing the work properly. So that's why I can say the Kilbridge-Wester method is better compared to the largest candidate rule. Okay, so is there any doubt, class? Is there any doubt? Okay, so for today's session this is more than enough.